Hello everybody and welcome back to Oakfield Farm. I'm here in the church grounds, very peaceful here, but we must move on. Oh look, it's my great big mixing machine. Anyway, today what we're going to be doing is a bit of greenhouse work. Yes, I have decided to go and get a cucumber greenhouse, and yes, I didn't actually realise, but we do own this placeable field. I do tend to consider it as the placeable field, since I think that is what it was designed for in FS17. It is actually a pretty good grass field, so really it should be cut first, but really a greenhouse doesn't cover much land, so I should be able to fit it in a corner somewhere. But yes, I think it is going to be used in the future as a area for other placeables as well. This can be the first one. One placeable which I'd like to get at some point is a solar farm, because they can really bring in quite a bit of money. The thing is with them, they cost quite a bit to begin with, but then they really do pay off, because they pay you like £500 per hour, which is a decent wage. Anyway, let me just have a cross through stuff and see if I've left anything in the fields. I don't think I have. It's quite surprising. Of course, the field which we were working in the previous episode does need to be baled, but that's going to be in a few episodes' time. I have considered using one of those double flatbed trailers. They do have the auto stack mode feature thing built into them, which I kind of love and kind of hate, if you know what I mean, because they're unrealistic, because they teleport the bales, but then they're really easy to use and fast. So I might use them. I don't know. I did say that I probably wouldn't use them, but I don't know. It's very hard to say. Anyway, now I've done a lap of the farm, we can now choose an area for the polytunnel or the greenhouse, whatever we want to call it. It's kind of a cross between the two, but it's going to come under, I would imagine, miscellaneous. Yes, it must do. It's tomatoes and lettuce. It's not one of those. Okay, it must be here somewhere. There it is. Cucumbers. Yeah, and as you can see, it's not very big, so it could just tuck into any corner. But then again, we do need to have access to maybe just the front of it, actually. Some of these you have to have access all the way around them, but yeah, that's easy. So I think maybe over here, near the church. We'll put a bit of space behind, just in case we do need to access the area behind it. But that should be fine. Now, in case you're interested in this mod, it is available on ModHub, and it is by a modder called Not Ready. So yeah, if you're interested, you can find it there. Keep doors closed. Can you open them? That's the question. Maybe not. But I think it's going to be fairly obvious what we do here. We give it manure and we give it some water, and then the cucumbers grow, and they should give us quite a bit of money. It might tell us the amount of money we get from this. £88 per hour. Well, I can imagine if we had quite a few of these, it'd be quite good. Oh look, a DEF pump. That must have come in the mod. And DEF storage. I don't think I get through enough to justify getting either of those, but it is a nice idea. Anyway, yeah, what we're going to do is get the small compact tractor trailer and the compact tractor and put some manure in the storage area. I just love the look of this. It is the case trailer which comes in the little utility tractor pack, and yeah, I think the link is already down below for it, so you can just find it all in one go. There's actually quite a few different parts to that mod which I haven't looked at yet, which I do need to, because it is very interesting. Right, so I'll jump onto this tractor. We are going to have this wait in a minute or two. We might possibly be able to fit it to the trailer as well, but I'm not going to risk it in case I can't fit it to the trailer, and then I have to come all the way back here just to drop it off and then drive back over here again. So yeah, the trailer is over here. I would imagine the cows are absolutely fine with the total milk ration they have. We're going to be actually acquiring quite a bit of milk, so that might have to be sold today. I really do want to leave it though until the price is really good, so if I can help it, yeah, it only wants to be sold when the price is high. Right, so there you go, look at that little trailer for it. So nice. I'll keep it zoomed out so we can see the driver. That looks like it's got a little tow bar on the back. We could possibly have two. That would be fun. Yeah, so what we're going to do then, fairly obvious, load it up with this manure over here. I don't think we need to use a big tractor for this. This is the perfect job for this little utility compact tractor. I'm going to call it a compact tractor because it is quite small. Utility is a bit larger, like 35 horsepower. This one looks like about 25, but I don't know for sure. It might even say on this page here it's 35. Okay, it is 35. Interesting. Honestly, it looks smaller, but there you go. Doesn't really matter. Sometimes you can get physically small, high engine horsepower compact tractors. But then again, it is still compact. So yeah, we have this pile of manure here. Would help if I had the bucket set right. There we go. It's a good load. And it's heavy. It is very heavy, this manure which we have. It's very good, healthy stuff. Let's hope we can fit lots of it in the trailer. No, I'm spilling it everywhere. Why would that be? I probably wasn't over the trailer properly. Yes. That's just typical. That's better. Much better. So, yeah, I'll try and do this from first person view if I can do it properly. And I really have no idea how many loads of this it will actually take. I'm tempted to actually get another greenhouse as well. Another cucumber one, because those ones are much cheaper than the tomato and lettuce ones, so it is just really the obvious thing to go for. Having said that, the other ones might bring in more money per hour, but they won't necessarily. This could just be a better deal. Yeah, I know what it is. If I tip too fast, it sort of goes under the trailer. My fault. You've just got to give it time. It works well. So that's 2 loads. I'll put another one in. Filling it to the top would just seem the obvious thing to do. But we might be bringing a fair chunk of it back. It is actually all of this, isn't it? It is the whole lot. Which is fine. It's good to get it out of the way. Left it quite messy. And the final piece. There we go. So yeah, 55%. That should all fit in the trailer. If it doesn't matter. It can stay in the bucket. Either way, it's all going. Yeah, if I didn't have this compact tractor, I'd probably use a skid steer, because they are equally helpful. There we go. All done. Right, so I'm going to try and put it on here, but I think it's just not going to work well. It's already a ridiculously large weight, so I think if I put the weight of the trailer on it as well, it's just going to do a wheelie. But we'll see. Wow, I was expecting the front wheels to come up, not the back ones. Look at that. I think it's gone a bit too long, that top link. Yes, that can wait here. This is all if it's going to allow me to just tip it in. If I do have to scoop it in, I will need the weight again. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go. Let's roll. Let's go over there. And yes, I really do want to have the other greenhouse as well. We could really do with mowing around it as well. We do have the mower deck for this machine. Yeah, if it turns out that we do have to have the rear weight to load it, then I can just come back, get that, and also get the deck at the same time, so it's not a wasted journey. Right, so yeah, first time into the field with the machine. Yeah, it's all a bit overgrown. It does need a bit of a trim. You can get a bagging unit as well, which could be quite helpful. But we'll give it water as well first, just so everything is working here. Yeah, I do like this. This is good. Small scale farming. How nice, you can just tip it. Yeah, that's good. Oop. So that took probably half of it. So if we do get another one, it's going to be just the right amount. Yeah, it would be the right thing to do to get another one. Here it is. I was going to put them next to each other, but actually if you try and imagine that, it looks a bit messy somehow. Kind of annoying to look at. So I think we'll put the other one over here. That's just me being weird, but maybe you get what I'm saying. Just doesn't look right. There's just something a little bit weird about it. So there we go. We have spent another £9,009. The £9 must have been just to do a bit of terrain editing. And really I should put maybe a track to these, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, let's just tip this first of all. We have 34% in the trailer, so it might not be quite enough. But at least it's something. Here we go. It's just such a, well, a compact setup. I guess that's why they call it a compact tractor. So, that's done. I think, yeah, we should put a track in. I'm just wondering, if I get a bagging unit, could I then use the grass, which I mow, to give to the animals? It seems like a bit of a tight thing to do, but in theory, it should work. It is the sheep, really, over the cows. The cows have got total mixed ration. They don't need anything else. Grass is just nothing to them, really. But the sheep, they do take grass. So I think I might be on the right track to saving a bit of money here. It's kind of saving money. It's just, you know, sort of recycling. Instead of dumping the grass clippings, we can put them to good use, and the sheep can eat them. I can't really see the difference between mowing the grass in the field and giving it to them, and mowing with a lawnmower and giving it to them. Anyway, from now on I'm going to probably put the manure into the trailer. I know that manure is very corrosive and stuff, but yeah, farming simulator isn't quite that detailed yet. It doesn't actually rot through. It should do. That would stop me from doing it. But yes, it isn't, so I can put the manure straight in the trailer, which is just going to make my life easier, really. Instead of having to scoop it up twice, we just scoop it up once. I suppose I should park it neatly. Yeah, because we're now going to go and transfer this over. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. How have I managed to flip the bucket? Yeah, transfer over to a mower with a bagger, but it probably does have to have a different deck. I'm going to have to look into this. I guess I should take the front loader off. It does look a bit weird when you're doing mowing. But that is the one with the grass chute on the side, but we're missing the back piece. So that must come under another category in the store. Indeed, it does. So there we go. Look at that, how it's managed to connect it all up. Yeah, I do enjoy mods like this, where you've got so many different parts to it, so many different things that you can do. It is basically a package rather than just a single mod. But I've not used it before. I'm going to take the front loader off. Sometimes it can be good to keep the front loader on, because then if you are mowing grass which you don't really know is safe to mow, like there could be bricks in it or something, if you are low enough with the bucket, it is going to hit that first. But again, this unfortunately isn't quite as realistic as that. So yeah, it doesn't really serve much of a benefit to us. Yes, I have kind of missed the turning there. I'm intrigued to see what kind of a collector this is, whether it's just a low dump collector or a high tip, I really don't know. But this could get interesting. So I've engaged that, and I think I need to engage something else. Ah yes, the deck. It's quite a vital part. Hang on, I'm not doing that right. Supposed to collect. I've done something wrong. Yeah, it's dropping it. What have I done? There we go. It works as a forage wagon, so you have to lower the pickup. Obviously you can't see a pickup, but that's how it works. Ingenious. Very, very ingenious. Right, yeah, I'm getting a bit crazy here. I was supposed to be just putting a path in, which I'll probably gravel in a minute or two. It doesn't want to be too close to the edge, because otherwise we won't be able to turn the corner. So I'll put some kind of track across here. Try and pick up the bits that I've missed as well. And that's looking neater. I should be able to pick up what I've already missed. I think I will be able to. Yes, you can do. That's good. Don't want to leave a mess in the field. Oh, what a lot of fun. Yeah, in a minute what we're going to do is go over to the field, I think it's number field 1, yeah, which I have already harvested. and I am going to start baling it, so it might be a bit of a time-lapse job, I would imagine. But then the big job is going to be moving the bales and selling them. I think, yes, every single bale is going to be sold. There is no reason to keep them. I have plenty of bales. Right, so that's that done. And actually, I don't want to cut straight across the field. It's a waste of a field. I'm going to just continue on over here. So actually, where I turned around was fine. Just cut across. There we go. I'll try and match this texture which I've got down here, because then it'll look really natural. And I know you don't have to cut it first, this is just for a bit of fun. And for a bit of realism, because yeah, you usually cut it first if you're going to go digging it up. Otherwise you have a lot of grass left over on the surface. Okay. I drove into a hedge. Very prickly. That's good. That's absolutely fine. Because if I wanted to cut the whole field, I would use a big tractor. And yeah, we have 2,700 litres of grass, which I do want to go and tip in the sheep area, if I can do. We will see. But yeah, let me just pull it out of the way, because that's going to be in the way for the terrain editing. Needs to be lifted up. Oh, is it already lifted up? I think it is. Right. Start landscaping. So, we need to be on the paintbrush. And I really have no idea what texture that is. It's not mud. Could be that one. Aha, it is. Yes, I have found it. So in that case, we will put a track just across here. Try to do it quite neatly, but that didn't really work. Can match up with that one and go across here. There we go. And we'll inspect that in first person and see what it looks like. Look at that. I think that looks quite nice. If you like it, please do thumbs up the video. Yes, of course we need to do water as well. Mustn't forget the water. There's me bumbling on. I'm always rambling. Big problem. I am seeing somebody, but I'm told there's no cure. Before we do go over and do the baling though and the water, I want to just try this. So I just want to see if you can tip it. I think you will be able to. But when have I ever been right? We will see. Ah, yes, you can. So it's a low dump, and I have just given them food. Nice. So when I go and mow the lawn in the future, I can just go and dump my clippings in the sheep trough. I don't know if that is a common practice, I seriously doubt it. Yeah, lawn clippings tend to be very finely cut. There's not much of a, well, I guess you could say a bite to it. But anyway, yeah, that's all done. Just going to put this over here, try and find a good place for it. It's going to have to be swapped back over to mucking out tractor, but that's going to be a little while yet. My wool pallets are stacking up nicely, so we've got a lot of potential income here. Oh, yep, next one is appearing as well. The sheep are all good, the cows are good. Everything's good. I know it's hard to believe. It's very hard to believe that I'm actually succeeding with the animals, but I am. It's probably going to be short-lived, but no, I'm trying my best. So, let's just have a look. We've got a John Deere here. We use the John Deere. And wait for that to go up. Yes, I have my water tanker, which is likely... Yeah, the water tanker is actually just for the lorry, isn't it? I didn't put a dolly on it. I probably should have done, thinking about it. Yeah, I use the John Deere for the baling, if he's got the power, which it probably doesn't. Oh, I've got the Massey Ferguson baler on here as well. I probably should have replaced that, because I've got that on Peterville. Yeah, I probably will do. I'll look into replacing it at some point in the future, but only for something good. Yeah, although we do have the DEF mod installed, because the amount of machinery I have is so vast, I don't put many hours on each machine, so the consumption is very low. So we will have to fill them all up eventually, but it's going to be a while. Okay, so that has got 14, well, pretty much 14,500 litres. There we go. And I'll take this over to those greenhouses to begin with. I'm hoping these greenhouses are going to be fairly low maintenance, because I don't want to spend like nearly every episode dealing with them. I think they are going to be. I think they're just those nice things in the background which just get on doing their own thing. They don't need too much attention. As long as we give them probably an hour a week, should be fine. So here we go. How close do we have to get? Close-ish. And how much do they take? They take 2,000 litres, that's fine. It's like 2 IBC loads. Yeah, we're going to have to back up to there, I think. Oh, that's just about registering. There we go. Good. And now we can see the cucumbers have actually managed to grow inside. I don't know if they get more established. I'm guessing they do, which would be nice to see. That does need more manure, so as soon as we have more manure from the cows, I'll just put it straight into there via the trailer. Okay, so that is everything done there. The gate doesn't need to be shut. There's no animals to escape unless my cucumbers do grow legs and run away, which wouldn't surprise me. I will park my tanker in this corner here because it's like a wasted corner. I never use it. It's not much of an area, but you can fit this in there. There we go. Right. Yeah, so I really should go with a high horsepower tractor on the baler, because that field isn't flat, and I've always found that if you have a field which just isn't perfectly flat, most tractors struggle. So, like, unnecessarily struggle, despite having the power. So yes, I think probably the tracked fence, although it seems ridiculously over the top, is the only one for this job. Because, yeah, for whatever reason, in FS19, whenever you're just on a slight hill, or certainly a steep hill, the tractors really do struggle. This one should be fine, but I can imagine it's still going to be pulled down quite a bit, but not so much that it just becomes painfully slow. Yeah, we have hay in there currently, so the first bale is likely going to be a hay bale. That doesn't matter too much. It's going to be a big field of straw. So much straw to do. It's going to be worth it though. My sheep. Surprising how much land those sheep have really. It's a massive field back there. We are generous. Oxygendavid is generous to give them such a big field. Probably anticipating 100 sheep or something. There it is. The good thing is though, because I used a worker for most of it, the majority of those swaths are perfectly straight, except for where I did the work just here. But even so, yeah, it's not too bad. Actually, to be fair, this was the worker that did this piece here. Hard to believe, but it was. It was the worker. We had it on follow me. Okay, right, so let's go. I think this is definitely a time-lapse job. Well, it's almost finished. This has taken some time. For anybody interested, that time lapse was actually 27 minutes condensed into however long it was. Probably a minute or two. Yes, 27 minutes. It's almost taken half an hour to do the baling in this field. I don't know how many bales we've produced, but as usual, I will take a look. It seems to be a tradition to take a look after I've done every field. Although it is quite interesting to know. It certainly feels like a lot. It doesn't look like... Actually, no, wait, I take that back. It looks like a lot. But that's kind of expected considering it was a fertilised field of wheat. It's going to have quite a bit. So, yep, here we go. The final piece. I'm pleased to see the end of it. It is fun, but the novelty wears off after a while. There we go. Good. Okay, so... let's take a look here. We need to be on this page. Creative builds 74. 74 need picking up and selling, but that is good because that's obviously going to be a fair amount of money. So that only leaves one thing to do, and that is to head back to the farm and go to bed. Oh no, wait, it's only 21 in the afternoon. Seriously though, I am impressed with the amount of bales that I have produced. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever produced that many in one go before in 19. I suppose I have done. Don't know how many came out of this field here. The new farmer has done nothing with it yet. Oh yes, and that bale there can be picked up at the same time. Yeah, so it just depends if I choose to use the order stacker that we have, or if I go for one of these trailers, the UAL script. They are good. They are good, but they are unrealistic. But they look amazing when they're stacked, because it just stacks them perfectly. So yeah, I could do that, and it'll make it look like I've done a good job. Even though I probably won't have done. Anyway, yeah, let's go and put this in the shed just over here. I think it came from this middle shed. Didn't it? In here? Yep. Because that is the bale sale point. At least it's a bale sale point, I think. So, that concludes today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.